Tomorrow is my first formal speaking engagement related to my book pre-sales. But I wanted to have like a difficult conversation with y'all. Hold on, let me insert a clip.
Mother she was not playing about talking about our business outside of the house. She didn't threaten us or anything like that, but it was a thing. You knew not to discuss our business outside of the home. So it was almost like when I was an adult, my life was almost a secret. But it wasn't a bad secret. It wasn't like we had these, horrible secrets in the house. But it was like I had two half sisters. Nobody knew that. They just didn't know my life for real, if that makes sense. And it was just because we weren't allowed to talk about it.
What was the consequences in your house for breaking that rule?
I don't know. I never broke it.
It is ironic that Shawnee speaks of this because I also speaks of this in my book. I do. I don't know what chapter it's in. I believe it's in I Am Her. I believe it's in the chapter I Am Her of my book. But I speak about how it's this hidden rule that the family inflicts, especially the mother, on the children. What goes on in this house stays in this house. And I don't like that. When you teach a child what goes on in this house stays in this house, by all indication, you instill fear in the child that if they leak one thing that's going on inside the home, be it good or bad, that they are in trouble. Hence, the child may be going through several things mentally, physically, or emotionally that can be considered conducive to forms of abuse that they may need help from an outside source with that they will not reveal. On the positive side, you could have hit the lottery or you could have got a raise on your job and you just don't want nobody to know. And I think these are the things the mother is thinking of: financial gain and prosperity when she's instilling this in her child, and she don't want outsiders to know, but she's not thinking of the negatives that may have been going on inside the home that she's also blocking the child from sharing. So I was that child. My mother was a stickler for what goes on in this house stays in this house. And in the meantime, in between time, it was a lot going on in that damn house that somebody outside of the damn house needed to be aware of what's going on in their house. A lot. A lot. And without giving away the details of my book, let's just say that even once I ventured outside of the house to say what was going on inside of the house, the people outside of the house sent me right back inside the house and dared me not to speak of what was going on inside of the house. It be things like these that be generational curses, because I'm pretty sure that my grandmother or grandfather, I don't know, somebody instilled that in my mother. And somebody instilled that in my mother's mother. And she passed it on and on and on down to us. And I refuse to pass that on to my kids. I make sure my kids knew that if something going on in this house, and if you feel like you not comfortable enough to make me aware, go on outside and tell the neighbor, the teacher, the doctor, the nurse, whoever you need to tell, auntie, uncle, to make sure that what goes on in this house don't stay in this house. We got to start realizing that, oh, we love our parents, but everything they did wasn't accurate. And everything we did wasn't accurate. And as parents, we begin to learn as we go through parenting. We become successful by learning different techniques and different methods as we go along and as we grow and mature as mothers and fathers. And each child is different. You cannot parent each child in the manner that you parent the previous one. Each one teach one in order to reach one. Have a good day, y'all.